Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Cancer, today we're going to look at the month of September, October, and November and see whatever comes out. It could be a love message, it could be a message in regards to work, or it could definitely be a message of something that's about to unexpectedly happen that you just don't see coming. So, I guess whatever comes out, all right? For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, let's see what we got, Cancer. All right, Cancer, let's focus on the month of September, aka this month. We do have the Two of Cups here, so definitely a soulmate connection showing up here for you. We also have the Knight of Wands as well as the Moon. I do feel like there's somebody here, Cancer, that has been trying to get close to you, okay? Now, this person in particular could definitely represent somebody who's actively in your life, or this could represent somebody who's going to be showing up here for you before the month of September actually comes to an end. But regardless if this is somebody that you already know or somebody who's about to be showing up here for you, Cancer, I feel like you're having a hard time lowering your guard down with this person. I feel like a lot of you at times find yourself questioning them and, their true intentions towards you, things of that nature. There is a huge possibility, Cancer, that you could very well be allowing this massive fear of intimacy that you have to affect you within this dynamic that you basically share with this person. Every time I look at the Nine of Wands, it basically reminds me of somebody who more than likely does have, a massive fear of intimacy due to past experiences that this person in particular has had, just in previous relationships, So there's a huge possibility that due to your past, it may have caused you to develop a massive fear of intimacy because of, unfortunately, the people that you've dealt with in the past. Now, keep in mind, Cancer, this doesn't have to be you. This could definitely represent somebody else's energy, aka the person that you currently find yourself romantically involved with. There's a huge possibility, Cancer, that you're currently connecting with somebody who does have a massive fear of intimacy, who does quite often question, you and your intentions towards them and if you actually mean well or not. Now, whoever this person is that's trying to develop a meaningful connection here, it's somebody who comes off to me as somebody who genuinely does mean well. It just kind of looks like the person that they're trying to build this meaningful connection with doesn't necessarily seem to think so, is basically what I'm getting. So like I said, Cancer, you could be the person that's just simply trying to build a meaningful connection here with this person, but you got this one over here kind of looking at you like, I don't know if I can trust them. I don't know if it's safe for me to go there or not, or this could definitely represent your energy. Now let's look at the month of October for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, so we do have the Hangman. We also have the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Three of Wands. The first thing that came to my mind when I saw the Hangman is this person's on high alert. This person's on high alert. Cancer, if you're the one that's struggling with this connection that you currently find yourself in due to past traumas, due to your trust issues, due to you having a massive fear of intimacy, I do feel like you're definitely on high alert when it comes down to this person that's trying to get close to you and build a meaningful connection with you. Now, Cancer, if you're the one that's just simply trying to build a meaningful connection here with this person in particular, I do feel like this person's definitely on high alert when it comes down to you, okay? You're definitely dealing with somebody who more than likely has a massive fear of intimacy, but also has trust issues with the Seven of Swords coming out here. There's like an overall energy of them essentially feeling like they have to be on high alert when it comes down to you because they don't trust you entirely. So this is kind of like the epitome of somebody who constantly feels like they have to watch their back when it comes down to you because they just simply don't trust you. Now, keep in mind, this could very well be you feeling this way within the month of October. But on the bright side of all of this, with the Three of Wands coming out here, this person that's struggling within this dynamic that's currently in their life, I do feel like this person in particular is trying to remain optimistic, trying their hardest to not think the worst when it comes down to the person that they currently find themselves connecting with. But the problem is that they still find themselves thinking the worst either which way. So this is like a constant battle. I would say that this person finds themselves experiencing within this dynamic. And like I said, this could be you or this could very well be your person, okay? Let's look at the month of November. for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles, we got the Two of Swords, and then we also have the Nine of Cups. It's this king that's dealing with someone who doesn't necessarily trust them. It's this king that's dealing with somebody who has a massive fear of intimacy. It's this king that's dealing with somebody who constantly finds themselves questioning this king's actual intentions. It's basically what I'm getting. I don't feel like the king is going through this. I feel like the king is, the person that this person who clearly has, trust issues and a massive fear of intimacy doesn't necessarily trust. What's really interesting about all of this is that the King of Pentacles is actually somebody who's known for being very big on commitment, but also very, very big on loyalty, okay? So with that being said, this king is very committed and devoted to this connection that they currently find themselves in, okay? This king is very happy and very content with this person that they're currently connecting with. I don't feel like this king has eyes for anybody else but the person they currently find themselves romantically involved with, nor do I feel like this king is interested in anybody else. They don't necessarily feel the need to, look elsewhere, because as far as they're concerned, they already got what it is that they basically want. I want to rewind real quick and jump back to the Nine of Wands. Tell me more about the Nine of Wands. So we have the Six of Cups, we have the Page of Wands, and then we have the Ten of Swords. Ooh. Wow. We have the Nine of Swords, and then we have the Strength card. For those of you who do not know this, the person that's actually in the Strength card is the Empress, aka the total package, okay? I feel like it's this Empress that's struggling here. Now, Empress doesn't have to represent female. I mean, we could be talking about a dude here. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us, so don't get caught up in the gender. Nothing's gender specific, but I do feel like it's a feminine energy that's struggling within this dynamic here, okay? I feel like this feminine energy has been under a lot of stress due to their fear of intimacy, due to them having trust issues, due to, past traumas that they've experienced that they haven't necessarily fully healed from. This connection causes this feminine energy to worry a lot. This feminine energy causes, this relationship causes this feminine energy to basically think the worst of, the person that they currently find themselves connecting with. Again, this is a constant battle that this feminine energy finds themselves going through within this connection. It's like an energy of them trying their hardest to remain optimistic, but they just can't help, but to think the worst of this King of Pentacles. They just can't help but to assume that the worst is going to essentially happen. Now, what's interesting is that this person has the Ten of Swords attached to their energy, but there's two Ten of Swords in this deck. By the way, I'm using the Modern Witch deck for those of you who are curious, but yeah, the Modern Witch deck, they have two Ten of Swords in the deck. So we have the Ten of Swords that says the Ten of Swords, and then we also have the Ten of Swords that says everything is fine. So I feel like this is Spirit's way of saying, hey, like, you don't actually have anything to worry about. This person's not actually out to get you. You could actually trust this person, even though you don't seem to think so or believe so. Like, you're fine. Everything is fine. You don't have anything to worry about, right? But I feel like they feel like they still have everything to worry about. Like, even though it is being revealed to this feminine energy that they don't necessarily have anything to worry about, they still find themselves thinking and believing and feeling like they still have everything to worry about. It's basically what I'm getting. Now, I do want to look at the month of December just to kind of see what's going on for the month of December for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, all right. I feel like this person's trust issues, it's not subsiding. I feel like this person's worries and fears, it's not going away. If anything, it's intensifying. It's like the more invested this feminine energy is within this dynamic that they share with this King of Pentacles, the more scared they get, the more worried they become. It's basically what I'm getting. Um, hmm. I want to look at the devil really quickly here. Tell me more about the devil. Okay, so we have the Hermit, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and then we also have the Four of Cups. Okay, so like I said, the more invested this feminine energy becomes, the more scared they get, the more concerned they become, within this dynamic that they share with this King of Pentacles in particular. You know, it's interesting. With the Hermit to the East of Pentacles to the Four of Cups, I just feel like this feminine energy just doesn't realize or see that they actually manifested this opportunity into fruition here for themselves. In other words, they asked for a man like this. They asked for a woman like this. And the fact that this person is now in their life, which is basically what they initially asked for, they just don't, how do I say this? Like, they just don't realize it. They just don't see it. But I feel like they basically asked for all of this. They manifested this opportunity into fruition here for themselves. I almost want to say a long time ago. You know, it's interesting. I'm being drawn to the Hermit. You see how the Hermit has a necklace, and the necklace, it's actually a pentacle. And then we also have the Ace of Pentacles out here. I'm being drawn to that. I feel like they manifested this person into fruition, but I feel like they asked for someone like this to enter their life. I want to say a while back. And I feel like deep down inside, this person knew that eventually, they would essentially meet the perfect person for them. Like, they just knew that it was going to happen. And now that it's finally happening, it's like they failed to like realize that they basically asked for this a long time ago. They asked for this a long time ago. They asked for a man like this to show up in their life a long time ago, or a woman like this to show up in their life a long time ago. I want to say a long time ago they did this. And they knew initially when they were writing down what it is that they wanted within a man, or writing down what it is that they wanted within a woman, or just speaking it right into fruition. They knew right then and there that it was going to happen. They didn't know when it was going to happen. They didn't know what the person was going to look like or anything like that. They just knew that it was going to essentially happen one day. And the fact that it's finally here and it's happening, I think that they're forgetting that they actually asked for this a long time ago before this person actually showed up. And now that they're finally getting what it is that they asked for a long time ago, we kind of see them choosing to not embrace, the very thing that they essentially asked for a long time ago is basically what I'm getting. So within the month of December, again, it's that constant battle of, trying to remain optimistic and hopeful and think nothing but good things. But it's also that constant battle of, these intrusive thoughts that they continue to get, these worries and concerns that they tend to experience within this dynamic that they share with this person that they're currently with. The more invested they become, the more scared they get, the more concerned they get, the more their trust issues start to kind of skyrocket, if you will. Now, on a spiritual level, let's just talk about this on a spiritual level really quickly here, because you're a Cancer and the vast majority of you are very, very spiritually gifted, okay? And very spiritually based people. So on a spiritual level, we're just having a spiritual conversation here. We do have the devil out here. And I say this a lot in my readings, especially on my main channel. For those of you who don't know, I do have a main channel called Milagros Tarot. And we're on my second one that's called Milagros Tarot Plus, but back to the devil, right? So it's pretty common to see, the Nine of Wands, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, out here with the devil out here as well. Because basically what this is just insinuating is that whoever is, suffering within this, connection due to trust issues, due to past traumas, due to very negative and intrusive thoughts, you got to keep in mind that the devil's basically wrapped up in all of this. The devil does not like to see unity between two people. So if he can get into your head and convince you that you're sleeping with the bad guy, you should really leave this guy alone, or you should really leave this girl alone because they're no good and you shouldn't trust them, and then boom, here's some intrusive thoughts, you know what I mean, just to make matters worse. That's exactly what this one over here is going to do. So just keep that in mind, that if you're the one going through this, or even if your partner's going through this is what this one over here does. He likes to get into people's head and make people think the worst of, the person that they're basically romantically involved with, because this one over here does not like to see unity between two people whatsoever. He absolutely hates it. So if he could get into your head and convince you that you're sleeping with the bad guy and you should really leave this one over here alone and go back to being single and alone, that's exactly what he's going to do, because he'd rather see you single and alone than be united with this person that you currently find yourself, romantically involved with. Now, keep in mind, all of this could very well be resonating vice versa. Maybe this is a message that your partner needs to hear, not necessarily you. This is what the devil does. The devil is very, very crafty. He has the ability of altering your perception of people. But the main goal that this one has is to divide the two of you, all right, and break the two of you up, because because this one over here doesn't necessarily want you or your partner to become one with you, because if you become one with your person, and you stay united to this one, it's kind of harder for this one to attack you or your partner. It's a lot easier for this one to attack you on a spiritual level when you're single and alone versus when you are one with somebody else. So just be mindful of that the devil is wrapped up in all of this. Now, for those of you who find yourself dealing with this, and because you more than likely are a very spiritually based person, I think, one thing that you should definitely do to help you feel better, I would say, within this connection, or even your person feel better within this connection, is to understand what's going on here. If you're experiencing this as far as feeling like you can't trust them, it's not a sign of you shouldn't trust them for whatever reason. No, it's a sign of, okay, this one's trying to mess with you. This one is about to see you walk into an amazing, relationship, a healthy one at that can help you grow, that can help you evolve, that can bring a lot of happiness and joy and all that beautiful stuff into your life. And that's not what this one over here wants for you. Let's be real. When does this one ever want anything good for us? Never. So with that being said, just be mindful that when you get these intrusive thoughts, it's coming from this one. When you start to feel like, oh, something's just not right, I don't know what it is, just be mindful. It's this one over here basically messing with you. And if this is a message that your person needs to hear, they need to be consciously aware of where all of this is really coming from. It's not coming from you getting an intuitive hit about your significant other. It's not your significant other getting an intuitive hit about you. It is literally coming from this one over here, okay? Because that's what this one over here does, all right? Another thing too is, if you haven't necessarily been praying as often as you should be, that's something that I highly recommend you start doing on a frequent basis. If your person hasn't been doing that in a while, that's something that I highly recommend that you start doing to feel better within this connection. But, the most important thing I would say is just to be consciously aware of what's going on. And if you compass that with praying on a regular basis, you're going to be set, you're going to be good, or your person's going to be set and they're going to be good. But that's, one thing that I want you to be consciously aware of what's really going on here. There's no you getting this intuitive hit and that's why you feel the way that you feel, or that's why your partner feels the way that they feel. All of this is coming from this one over here. And this happens, this is a very normal thing to see within a marriage or even a relationship, where this one tries to break, marriages up, relationships up, because this one does not like seeing unity between two people. So just be mindful that this is not a, oh my God, I'm the only one in the world going through this, because it's not the case. It is so not the case. It's very far from that, to be honest. You're not the only one, Cancer, going through this. Your partner's not the only one going through this. This happens on a regular basis within marriages and relationships. You know, the devil always tries to break marriages up or relationships up, because again, seeing unity between two people, it's just not his thing. It's just not his thing. He doesn't like it. So just be mindful of that too. I don't want you to think, believe, and feel like you're the only one going through this and everybody's perfectly fine in their marriages and relationships and they're not struggling with what you're struggling with, because honey, oh my gosh, it's so far from the truth. You know, don't be fooled obviously by what you see on social media. I'm pretty sure you've heard that all before, or what you even see on a regular basis, like even with your neighbors, you know, seeing them all happy and married and shit with a dog and a white picket fence. Like, don't be fooled. Everybody has problems. It is what it is. This one comes after everybody, you know, from time to time. So just be mindful of that. Be consciously aware where all of this is coming from, where all this is stemming from. If I honestly felt like you had something to worry about, I would have just told you. And if your person had something to honestly worry about, I would have just said it. You know what I mean? Tell me more about the King of Pentacles. Whoever this King of Pentacles is, I mean, I like them. And there's no complaints, you know. Got no complaints in regards to this one. Very committed and very devoted to this connection that's currently in their life. I do feel like the person that they are with is somebody that they're fully invested in, somebody who is their main focus and or priority. With the Tower though coming out here, that's kind of telling me that, let's say you're struggling with this, Cancer, and you realize, you know, what's really going on here. Like, what's really going on here? It's not a case of, man, I just don't trust them, Milagros, and I just think that, you know, the reason why I feel this way is because of them. It's not because of them, it's because of this one over here that doesn't have anything better to do. That's where all of this is stemming from. Now, if you could just accept that that is the case, because that is the case. You know, there's nothing wrong with your person. They're not doing anything behind your back, or you're not doing anything behind their back, if this is all resonating, vice versa. But if you could just acknowledge that and accept that, or if your person can, and do what I'm telling you guys to do, as far as being consciously aware of where all of this is stemming from and why this is happening, because again, this one doesn't like to see unity between two people. So if you can get into your head, that's exactly what he's going to do to make you feel the exact same way that you find yourself feeling right now, or he's going to do it to your person if this is your person, right? Because his main mission is to separate the both of you. That is his main mission. If you become consciously aware of where all of this is coming from and where all your intrusive thoughts are coming from, you won't allow it to affect you or bother you that much, because you already know that, okay, it's just this one messing with you and that's just that, right? But if you encompass that with praying on a regular basis, okay, you're going to find yourself feeling better. In other words, you won't give this one the opportunity and or the chance to win and destroy this marriage that you're currently in, or this relationship that you're currently in. But it starts with you accepting and acknowledging, okay, this is why I feel the way that I feel. It's not my partner, and that's why I feel the way that I feel. It's because of this one over here trying to destroy what I have, because that's exactly what's happening here. And once you start praying on a frequent basis, okay, you're going to find yourself feeling 10 times better, or your partner is. But either which way, don't give this one the opportunity to destroy a really, really good thing that you basically asked for a long time ago, or your partner asked for a long time ago. All right. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.